Do you suffer with sciatica? Maybe you got the pain down your leg. It's going all the way to your foot. Maybe it's burning, it's aching. You can't sleep at night. You're having problems walking, problems getting up from the chair. If this is you, then today's video is going to go through my 3-step process that has literally helped me help thousands of patients that have walked into my clinic get over their pain at home. I'm Dr. Matthew Posa. Welcome to my page. My page is dedicated to people and families with help, tips, and tricks so you can live the life you were designed to live. So don't forget to like, subscribe, and share this information with the people we know need it the most. In this video, I'm gonna share with you my top 3 things that you could do at home that have literally helped change the lives of thousands of people. But more importantly, at the end of the video, I'm gonna share with you the #1 supplement you need to be taking if you have sciatica, and the #1 mistake people do with sciatica that isn't getting them the results that they're looking for. There's so many different reasons why people get sciatica. It could be your disc, it could be the joints, it could be the nerves, it could be the actual bones that are out of place, it could be the strain on the muscles, it could be accidents and falls, it could be fractures. There's so many different reasons why people get sciatica. But my top 3 ways that you're gonna relieve this is by remembering M.A.S. We're gonna go through mobility, we're gonna go through activation, and then we're gonna go through a stretch. M.A.S. Let's get into it. For M.A.S. or M.A.S., M mobility is we're gonna work through the Cat-Camel. This one has been proven scientifically to be one of the best things that you can do for your low back, but more importantly for your discs. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna find a nice surface to lay on. So what you wanna do is you wanna go on all 4s. Your knees are gonna be shoulder widths apart. Your hands are gonna come out in front of you, and that way you're 90 degrees and 90 degrees. And quite simply, all you wanna do is you wanna round your back by tucking in your pelvis and then squeezing your abs. And then you're gonna release by doing the complete opposite movement. You gotta push your back down to the floor. So you're pushing your belly all the way down, and then what you're doing is you're rounding your back the opposite way. You're gonna do this 8 times. So that was 1 movement. Up and down is 1. So we're gonna go 2. We're gonna again round, squeeze, 3. Here's 4. And so on. Again, that movement has been scientifically proven to be able to help so many people rehydrate the discs, get it the movement that it needs in order to facilitate the healing that you're looking for and dissipate any of the excess inflammation that's in the low part of your spine. The next one that we're gonna be working at is the A part, which is activate. So we're gonna activate one of the muscles that is usually causing the #1 issue, which is weakness. It's actually not doing its job. And so what we want to be able to do is activate the glutes. Now the glutes are very important because they are part of a lower kinematic chain or something called the lower cross syndrome, that typically what we find is these people are weak in these areas. And so what we want to do is activate the glutes. How we do this is by doing a glute bridge. So a glute bridge, you're going to lay down in your bed, or you could do this on the ground as well. You want to lay on your back. Most of the pressure is going to go on the back of your shoulders. So I'm going to show you, if you're elderly or you're having an issue with this for a long time, I'm going to show you what else you can do standing up. But quite simply, what you want to do is, again, feet are out in front. You are making sure that your knees are shoulder width apart. And all you're going to do is lift your bum off the ground and by squeezing it. So you're going to squeeze, hold that for about 5 seconds, and then you're going to release. And you're going to repeat this 10 to 12 times depending on what you're able to do. So again, pushing up, squeezing your bum, you're forming this bridge, and then bring it back down. So you just need to activate. And the other way of doing this, if you're having some issues, even laying down, if you're elderly, I would grab the back of a chair. What you want to do is stand up nice and straight and tall. So you're squeezing your bum when you do this. And all you want to do is, as you squeeze your bum, you want to bring one leg back, hold that for 5 seconds, and then bring it back to its resting position. And then you're going to switch sides. So then it'll be the other side. Hold for 5 seconds. But again, making sure you're squeezing your glutes as you're doing this. You got to hold nice and tight, hold for 5 seconds. Again, you're doing this 10 times in efforts to stimulate your glutes. As a corrective care chiropractor for the last 12 years, what I've seen with thousands of people who have had sciatica is that they're missing one of these things. And one of those things is their spine. When you look at it under x-ray and you look at the shape of the spine, well, the shape of the spine shouldn't be straight. It should actually have a curve, or what we call a lordosis, in the low back. But these people are missing these curves, or their pelvis is out of whack. It's out of balance, or there's twisting in the spine. So if you have sciatica, or you've been suffering with sciatica repeatedly, or maybe even it's your first time and you really want a proper checkup and a proper look, make sure that you go find a corrective care chiropractor in your area, because getting this properly assessed and treated properly is what's going to give you the long-term success that you're looking for. And this last one, which is probably my favorite, which has also helped me get out of some of the pain that I've had in the past, is by doing the figure four. So the figure four stretch, you could do this pretty easily sitting down. So I would find a nice seated position, especially in a chair. You could do this at the end of your bed. You could practically do this anywhere, but what you want to do is you want to bring the affected leg. So if I'm getting sciatica down my left leg, then what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring my foot over my knee like this. So I'm creating the figure four. So this is where the name comes from. And what you want to do is you want to start by leaning your torso forward. So you're just bringing yourself forward. You're going to feel that point of tension right away. You're going to feel that. You just want to hold into that. You don't want to go past it. You're not trying to hurt yourself. What you're trying to do is, again, get a gentle stretch into where those muscles, usually the piriformis muscle is the one that we're talking about. And all you want to do is you want to push yourself forward, lean into it, hold that, breathe nice and deep, and then just get that relief that you're looking for. That stretch is going to be probably one of the best stretches that you're going to feel in doing this. If you really want to work on a little bit more of the piriformis, another way of doing this is you can bring now the knee up a little bit more towards you as you bring yourself down. That's going to increase the amount of range that you're getting on that stretch. However, it's not for everybody. So if you're feeling like this is enough just by doing the regular figure four, then that is enough. You don't need to push it more. Our goal here is to relieve the pressure, not build it. The number one mistake people make when it comes to sciatica is they use ice. Now, sciatica didn't just happen overnight. Sciatica takes a long time to develop. It takes years, in fact, and in most cases, because it's the spine that's out of alignment, or that you've hurt parts of your spine, then the reality is using ice is not going to be effective. In fact, it's going to slow down your healing. This is why it's the number one mistake. What you want to do is you want to get hot. And so for the number one thing that I always tell patients is make sure that you're using heat, whether it's a hot bath, and in that case, I would actually add Epsom salt to the bath. But the other thing is, could be a hot shower, could be a hot tub, could be a heating pad. Whatever you have at your disposal, use that to heat up the muscles, heat up the tissues, which is going to help you get the flexibility in order to do M.A.S, which is my protocol. And if you're having problems sleeping, make sure that you watch my top rated video on sciatica, which has literally helped thousands of people get better sleep. And you can find that video right here or in the description down below. And my bonus tip is the number one supplement you should be taking if you have sciatica. And the top supplement you should be taking is something called Magnesium Bysclinate or Magnesium Glycinate. So depending on where you live in the world, the different types of brands out there, what you're looking for is one of those names. And it's quite simply, there's different types of magnesium out there, but this is the one that's the most absorbable for your body. It's also the one that's going to cause less issues with your gut. So if you have sciatica, please take at a minimum 400 milligrams per day, and you need to be taking it for at least 2 weeks, because really you need to absorb that into your body in order for you to see the effects of it. Thank you for watching today's video. If you have any questions or comments, you can leave it down below. And until next time, we'll talk to you soon.